What is cryptocurrency? A cryptocurrency is a digital or virtual currency designed to work as a medium of exchange. It uses cryptography to secure and verify transactions as well as to control the creation of new units of a particular cryptocurrency. Essentially, cryptocurrencies are limited entries in a database that no one can change unless specific conditions are fulfilled. History of cryptocurrency. There have been many attempts at creating a digital currency during the 90s tech boom, with systems like Flows, Bins, and DigiCash emerging on the market but inevitably failing. There were many different reasons for their failures, such as fraud, financial problems, and even frictions between companies' employees and their bosses. Notably, all of those systems utilized a trusted third-party approach, meaning that the companies behind them verified and facilitated the transactions. Due to the failures of these companies, the creation of a digital cash system was seen as a lost cause for a long while. Then, in early 2009, an anonymous programmer or a group of programmers under an alias Satoshi Nakamoto introduced Bitcoin. Satoshi described it as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. It is completely decentralized, meaning there are no servers involved and no central controlling authority. The concept closely resembles peer-to-peer networks for file sharing. One of the most important problems that any payment network has to solve is double spending. It is a fraudulent technique of spending the same amount twice. The traditional solution was a trusted third party, a central server, that kept records of the balances and transactions. However, this method always entailed an authority basically in control of your funds and with all your personal details on hand. In a decentralized network like Bitcoin, every single participant needs to do this job. This is done via the blockchain, a public ledger of all transaction that ever happened within the network, available to everyone. Therefore, everyone in the network can see every account's balance. Every transaction is a file that consists of the sender's and recipient's public keys, wallet addresses, and the amount of coins transferred. The transaction also needs to be signed off by the sender with their private key. All of this is just basic cryptography. Eventually, the transaction is broadcasted in the network, but it needs to be confirmed first. Within a cryptocurrency network, only miners can confirm transactions by solving a cryptographic puzzle. They take transactions, mark them as legitimate and spread them across the network. Afterwards, every node of the network adds it to its database. Once the transaction is confirmed, it becomes unforgeable and irreversible, and a miner receives a reward, plus the transaction fees. Essentially, any cryptocurrency network is based on the absolute consensus of all the participants regarding the legitimacy of balances and transactions. If nodes of the network disagree on a single balance, the system would basically break. However, there are a lot of rules pre-built and programmed into the network that prevents this from happening. Cryptocurrencies are so called because the consensus-keeping process is ensured with strong cryptography. This, along with aforementioned factors, makes third parties and blind trust as a concept completely redundant. What can you do with cryptocurrency? Buy goods. In the past, trying to find a merchant that accepts cryptocurrency was extremely difficult, if not impossible. These days, however, the situation is completely different. There are a lot of merchants, both online and offline, that accept Bitcoin as the form of payment. They range from massive online retailers like Overstock and Newegg to small local shops, bars, and restaurants. Bitcoins can be used to pay for hotels, flights, jewelry, apps, computer parts, and even a college degree. Other digital currencies like Litecoin, Ripple, Ethereum, and so on aren't accepted as widely just yet. Things are changing for the better though, with Apple having authorized at least 10 different cryptocurrencies as a viable form of payment on App Store. Of course, users of cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin can always exchange their coins for BTCs. Moreover, there are gift card selling websites like GiftOff, which accepts around 20 different cryptocurrencies. Through gift cards, you can essentially buy anything with a cryptocurrency. Finally, there are marketplaces like Bitify and OpenBazaar that only accept cryptocurrencies. Miners of cryptocurrency. Miners are the single most important part of any cryptocurrency network, and much like trading, mining is an investment. Essentially, miners are providing a bookkeeping service for their respective communities. They contribute their computing power to solving complicated cryptographic puzzles, which is necessary to confirm a transaction and record it in a distributed public ledger called the blockchain. One of the interesting things about mining is that the difficulty of the puzzles is constantly increasing, correlating with the number of people trying to solve it. So, the more popular a certain cryptocurrency becomes, the more people try to mine it, the more difficult the process becomes. A lot of people have made fortunes by mining bitcoins. Back in the days, you could make substantial profits from mining using just your computer, or even a powerful enough laptop. These days, Bitcoin mining can only become profitable if you're willing to invest in an industrial-grade mining hardware. This, of course, incurs huge electricity bills on top of the price of all the necessary equipment. Currently, Litecoins, Dogecoins and Feathercoins are said to be the best cryptocurrencies in terms of being cost-effective for beginners. For instance, at the current value of Litecoins, you might earn anything from 50 cents to $10 a day using only consumer-grade hardware. But how do miners make profits? The more computing power they manage to accumulate, the more chances they have of solving the cryptographic puzzles. Once a miner manages to solve the puzzle, they receive a reward as well as a transaction fee. As a cryptocurrency attracts more interest, mining becomes harder and the amount of coins received as a reward decreases. For example, when Bitcoin was first created, the reward for successful mining was 50 BTC. Now, the reward stands at 12.5 Bitcoins. This happened because the Bitcoin network is designed so that there can only be a total of 21 MLN coins in circulation. As of November 2017, almost 17 MLN Bitcoins have been mined and distributed. However, as rewards are going to become smaller and smaller, every single Bitcoin mined will become exponentially more and more valuable. All of those factors make mining cryptocurrencies an extremely competitive arms race that rewards early adopters. However, depending on where you live, profits made from mining can be subject to taxation and money transmitting regulations. In the US, the FinCEN has issued a guidance, according to which mining of cryptocurrencies and exchanging them for fiat currencies may be considered money transmitting. This means that miners might need to comply with special laws and regulations dealing with this type of activities.